Welcome to the Moon Manifesting Podcast with Kyra Howearth. Hi, I'm Kyra, business astrologer, moon manifesting mama, author, teacher, and mentor. I teach you how to harness the energy of the moon, stars, and cosmos so you can manifest your dreams and discover a deeper purpose to your life. Hey there, welcome back to the Moon Manifesting Podcast. It's Kyra here, and today I'm going to be sharing some answers to something that I get asked about so much, and that is how to become a meditation teacher on Insight Timer. So just before we dive in, a little disclaimer. I have no affiliation with Insight Timer apart from the fact that I am a meditation teacher on Insight Timer. But for recommending that you join Insight Timer for whatever reason, I get no commission. I make no money from that. So yeah, I'm just doing this episode because I get asked this question a lot. And I think it's a really fun thing to do, to upload your meditations to this app and share that healing with the world. So I hope that, if you're listening to this episode, maybe you're thinking about being a meditation teacher, or maybe you're some other sort of practitioner, yoga teacher, or hypnosis practitioner, or natural health practitioner, or something like that, where you have some sort of healing that you want to share with the world through your meditation. So I hope this episode will help you get started on that journey of becoming a meditation teacher on Insight Timer. So a bit of my background with Insight Timer. I've used it for many years for my own meditation practice, probably since, I don't even know when I downloaded it to my phone, probably like 2016 or 2017, a long time ago. And I started teaching on Insight Timer in 2019. So I kind of just started on a whim. I had no qualifications as a meditation teacher. I wasn't even a yoga teacher back then. Or had even done yoga at all, really. But what happened was I'd started doing like full moon and new moon circles in my local area. And part of those circles was that I was offering a meditation during our circles. And for one of those circles, I remember I decided to record the meditation beforehand and then just play that recording back during our circle, because, I was kind of a bit nervous or whatever doing a meditation in front of all these people. And so I did it that way. And from that experience, from, recording the meditation and understanding, the whole process of, making a meditation, I just really fell in love with the whole process of making meditations, and I felt called to start uploading these onto Insight Timer to make them available for more people. And it was, just such a success that I continued to do it. And here I am now in 2023, and I'm still doing this thing. So, it's just been such a fun experience being a meditation on Insight Timer. So, why are some reasons that you might think about being a meditation teacher on Insight Timer? So some of the reasons that you might feel called to do this is to share some healing with the world. Maybe you're a Reiki healer and you want to share some of that healing with others and you want to reach more people. You can do that through meditations on Insight Timer. Other reasons why you might like to join Insight Timer as a meditation teacher, it could help you reach more people, reach a wider audience, or it could help your existing audience connect with you on a deeper level. I find that a lot of people who do my meditations on Insight Timer, they either find me on Insight Timer and then they, find me on Instagram or wherever else, and they become really interested in what I do, or they're people that have already followed me on Instagram or my email list for a long time, and then they decide, I'll go have listened to a full moon meditation, and it gives them an opportunity to sit there and listen to my voice for 10 minutes or whatever, and to have this amazing healing experience. So it can be a really a really good part of your own business strategy, if that's, something that's in alignment with the rest of your business offerings. Having this like free sort of offering that allows people to meditate with you, it can really be helpful. And another reason why you might like to sign up with Insight Timer, and this is something that I feel a lot of people don't realize, is that there's the potential to earn some passive income through Insight Timer. And I'm going to share exactly how much money I make in Insight Timer a bit later on in this episode. So yeah, it's been just this beautiful source of passive income for me, and I know that it can be for you too. So what's involved with becoming a meditation teacher on Insight Timer? So there's no like locking contracts, there's no like commitments or anything. You just like literally sign up and you can upload as many or as little meditations as you like. It's really yours to do what you like. And, if you try it once and you don't like it, then, whatever, it's fine. It's all good. But there's a few like little guidelines that you have to adhere to. Like Insight Timer has like some strict guidelines, particularly with the images that you upload with your meditations. I know sometimes I've uploaded an image and they haven't liked it, and so they've changed it, or they've knocked back my meditation because the image wasn't meeting their guidelines. But it's all on their website once you join, and when you're uploading your meditations, they walk you through the process. And to be honest, the only thing I've ever really had a difficulty with is the images that go with the meditation itself. So it's really easy to upload your meditations on Insight Timer, or if you want to do the live meditations, it's really easy to go in there and get set up with that. When I started offering live meditations, I don't know if they still do this, but when I started a few years ago, they had a process where you'd have to jump on a kind of like a Zoom call with the Insight Timer team, or a person from the team, just to test that that you can get into the program and know how to work a live meditation pretty much. So there's just that kind of bit of preparation before you jump in and do some live meditations. It's not like Instagram or Facebook where you can just hit live and just start talking. But yeah, it's all pretty straightforward. So I'm just looking at my notes so that I make sure I talk about everything I wanted to talk about. So yeah, as I said, I really love Insight Timer for the passive income that I received through it. So I got a bit uninspired with uploading meditations for a number of reasons. And I didn't upload meditations for probably like a year or something. But during that time, I consistently still received money from Insight Timer. And it's not a lot of money. So your earning potential with Insight Timer, it's based on a few different things. So you get paid based on how many plays your meditations get. So obviously, the more people that are playing your meditations, the more money you're going to make. When people leave a review, so when people finish meditating with you, they can leave a review. And then if you go into your teacher dashboard in Insight Timer and respond to those reviews, and it can just be something like, thank you for meditating with me today, or I'm so glad you enjoyed this meditation. Thank you for your review. When you're responding to those reviews, you get paid based on that engagement as well. So that engagement, it's a factor in your earnings on Insight Timer. Now, the other way that you can make money through Insight Timer is through donations. So people have the option to donate once they've finished meditating with you. There's a few different preset tiers for donations, and the exact dollar amounts vary depending where you are in the world. But I think here in Australia, it's from about $1.99 through to about $19.99. And often people will donate because they love your meditation, or, it really helped them in some way, really helped them to raise their vibe. And, they come out of the meditation and they're feeling really good about life. And so, that will often help them to donate. So with that, you only receive about 60% of donations that are made through the Insight Timer app, because the App Store will take a chunk of the earnings, and then Insight Timer takes a bit of that as well. But then, yeah, you get the rest. So I, on average lately, have been making around $20 US per month through Insight Timer, which is, it's not a lot of money. But in all fairness, I have not spent a lot of time on Insight Timer recently. Like I said, I was a bit uninspired and hadn't really uploaded many meditations for a while over the past year. And yeah, I probably spend maybe half an hour on creating content or showing up for a live meditation every month on Insight Timer. So I can't complain for receiving that $20 US. But that's just my experience as well. And it's, your experience and your earnings could be a lot different depending on how many plays you get, depending on the engagement levels, how many meditations you're uploading, that sort of thing. So of course, I guess, the more meditations you upload, you're probably going to get more plays because you've got more content out there. But the other thing is, just get started, because I'm still making money from meditations I uploaded back in 2019. They're still getting plays, they're still getting reviews. And some of my most popular meditations that, I uploaded years ago, they just keep getting plays and they just keep making me money. So I guess the moral here is just do it. Just upload your meditations. And, even if you don't make money at first, you just keep showing up, because your earnings can roll over, and there's a threshold. I can't exactly remember what the threshold is, but once you meet that threshold, Insight Timer will pay you. So you may not get paid for the first few months, but once you meet that threshold, the money will start rolling in. So the passive income, I think, is just a lovely little bonus to receive as a meditation teacher on Insight Timer. And it's definitely not my primary motivation for showing up on Insight Timer, but it's just something nice to receive. And like I said, it's a nice source of recurring income to get, that little bit of money trickling in every month from something that feels really fun to show up and do. When I show up and do a live meditation on Insight Timer, which is what I've been doing mostly lately, I show up and do a live meditation on the full moon or the new moon. And it allows me to sit there and meditate for a while too, which honestly, it doesn't happen a lot these days because I've got 4 kids who need me a lot. And when I say, Mummy's doing a meditation, and I lock the door and make sure everything's quiet. And yeah, as I'm guiding everyone else through a meditation, it gives me space to meditate too. So it's fun to be able to make money doing that. So, all right, so some tips for making your own meditations. So you don't need any fancy equipment. I have generally always recorded my meditation straight onto my phone with nothing more than just using the phone microphone. These days I have a attachable microphone that I use on my phone. A microphone on my phone. That just sounded weird. Which I'm using right now to record this podcast episode. It just makes the audio quality a bit clearer and kind of cuts out some of the background noise. At least I hope it cuts out a lot of the background noise. And I kind of felt I needed that because I have kids, we homeschool, my house is quite noisy a lot of the time. But it's definitely not a necessity. For many years, I was just using my phone. Literally just record using the a voice recording app on your phone. So from there, I would add some backing music onto my meditations, or I might do a few edits. I generally use Audacity on computer. So whether you're using a Mac or a Windows computer, you can use Audacity, or you can use other audio editing software. But Audacity is the one that I particularly like best. So I've used Audacity, for a few years now, and there's a few different ways I use Audacity. Number one, I use it to help cut out any background noises. It's really good for doing that. And I also use Audacity to, add in that extra layer of sound. So adding in that backing music. So the backing music, where do you get that from? So I've used a few different sources. My husband's a bit of a musician, so I've got him to make a few backing tracks in the past, which has been fun. I've also used a lot of different backing music soundtracks from different websites where you can use their meditation backing music for free, but you've got to give credit. So I often will just put a little note in the description of the meditation when I'm uploading it to Insight Timer, saying that, backing music credit to wherever. So some of these places that I've used, I think it's called Purple Planet Music or Purple Planet Sound. There's some other ones. I think if you just search for royalty-free music or royalty-free meditation music on Google, you should start to find something. But yeah, of course, just being aware of, what's the word? Copyright. Whether you have permission to use that track for uploading it to your own meditations. There's a few things to consider there, but I'm just showing what I have done in the past. If you're thinking about if you do sound bowls or other musical instruments that you play while you're doing meditation, it might be worth experimenting with doing some separate recordings. So recording your voice as a separate track and then going back again and recording the music as a separate track. I found that when recording voice and music at the same time, the quality isn't always the best. So that could be something else for you to consider as well. If you're a bit musical and want to do it your way like that, that would be really fun. So some other tips for making your meditations. Make your own unique meditations. I see so many meditations that are, kind of the same. Have a deeper sleep or, feel calm or feel grounded. And while all these meditations are great, what I feel really can help is when you let your own unique light shine through your meditations. So maybe there's something that you specialize in, maybe you have a special interest, maybe you can tie it back into your other offerings that you have in your business. So as I mentioned before, I do a lot of full moon and new moon meditations these days. And so I really try to lean into the moon meditations because, that's what I'm about. You're here listening to the Moon Manifesting podcast. Moon manifesting's kind of my thing. So find your thing and let that shine through your meditations. You don't really have to kind of conform to a box when you're doing meditations on Insight Timer. Feel free to let your creativity shine through in whatever way feels good for you. And another tip for you is to have a quiet recording environment. I have tried so many different ways for recording meditations, and you just would not believe the amount of meditations I've recorded and then listened back and the background noise. And you'll find that some people will, when they're leaving reviews on Insight Timer, they will comment on things like the background noises were distracting. So this is something that I'm really conscious of, that I try to minimize in my meditations. And I don't know if you can hear the background noise right now, but there's birds outside singing. So some tips for a quiet recording environment. Don't record in your car. I've tried that and I've heard other people try it, and you think it's a quiet environment, but you get all these outside noises. So cars are not the best recording environment. Other recording environments that do work, having a closed room without a clock ticking or air conditioner or heating or something, having electronics turned off. It can be really helpful. If you're recording on your phone, switch your phone into airplane mode and do not disturb mode. Like even if it's on silent, like if it's vibrating while you're recording, that will come through. So making sure that your phone will have no distractions coming up, that will help ensure that your meditation is distraction free. If you have dogs or kids, keep them occupied, keep them quiet while you're meditating. I've recorded so many meditations where my dogs start barking and I've had to completely, edit that part out or start again. But something else that I haven't actually tried, but something that I know other people do, is they turn their closet into a little recording studio. And, you can maybe even put like a blanket or some pillows in your closet as well to kind of muffle the sound as well, to, kind of soundproof it. And that can really help as well. Like, you're not on video, you're just recording your voice. I know people who do that for their podcast as well. They record their podcast in the closet. So that could be an option for you as well if you need that really quiet environment for your meditations. Alrighty, so when talking about like some ideas for meditations and for coming up with like those unique meditations for you, something to think about if this is, part of your business strategy, if this is, tying into your business model, is thinking about your ideal client and what sort of meditations would they be looking for. So, for example, if you're working with, as a health practitioner, working with women and women's health and like their hormones and that sort of thing, maybe you could do a meditation for period pain, or maybe you could do a meditation to help women, maybe energetically balance out their hormones or something. Or maybe if you're like me and, doing astrological stuff, moon meditations, like what sort of moon meditations would your ideal client be looking for? Do they want a full moon meditation to help them release stuff that they need to let go of? Or are they looking for a new moon meditation to help them manifest their best life? So thinking about the sort of people that you want to attract to your meditations and what sort of meditations would they be attracted to? What would they be looking for? If they were to go into the Insight Timer app and search for a meditation, what would they be searching for? So that could give you some ideas of the sorts of meditations that you could record and create and upload on Insight Timer. So who can become a meditation teacher? Anyone can, really. You do not need any qualifications. Like I said, when I started back in 2019, I had no qualifications relating to meditation. I was not even a yoga teacher then. And now the only kind of relevant qualification that I do have is that I am a yoga teacher, which, kind of taught me a bit about meditation. But yeah, when I started out, I had zero experience. I just was kind of like, hey, I can record a meditation. I can upload this to Insight Timer. So anyone can get started as a meditation teacher on Insight Timer. And you might like to become a meditation teacher on Insight Timer if you already are a yoga teacher, or maybe you're a breathwork practitioner, or, maybe you just like it, helping other people feel calm and grounded. And, that's a beautiful thing to do as well. Anyone can become a meditation teacher on Insight Timer. So how to get started, I'm going to pop the link down in the show notes below so you can just click through to the Insight Timer website and get started yourself. But if you're just listening, it's insighttimer.com/meditation-teachers/join. Like I said, I'll put that in the show notes below so that you can easily click through and become a meditation teacher on Insight Timer if that's your jam. Like I said, it was just something I just started doing on a whim a few years back, and I've really loved the experience. It has been so fun, and it's just been really good for me as a person, but also for my business to help others connect with me on a deeper level, and to expand my reach as well. There's numerous reasons why you might like to do that. So there you go. there's pretty much everything I know about how to become a meditation teacher and insight timer. If you have any questions about the process at all, or if you're looking for information about, how to make a meditation, if you're not sure about the backing music or anything like that, feel free to reach out. I'm so happy to answer your questions. Like I said, this is something that I've been asked about a lot over the years. And yeah, I'm always happy to help out other people. So if you want to get started and you don't know where to start, just reach out. I'm so happy to help. Alrighty, I will see you on the next episode of the Moon Manifesting Podcast. Have a wonderful week and we'll talk soon. Stay magical, stay manifesting, and stay tuned. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Moon Manifesting Podcast. If you're wanting more moon magic, check out my book, Moon Manifesting. Download your free Moon Manifesting calendar or connect with me on social media. You can do all of that at kyrahowearth.com.au. Stay magical, stay manifesting, and stay tuned. I'll speak with you in the next episode.